Few days ago, I engaged in a deep conversation with some of my real estate investors who came into the country to inspect a particular property with me. And while having this conversation, some questions actually popped up. And some of these questions are, John, please, how safe is it to invest in a land with a global CFO? How can I be so sure that this CFO covers my land? How many types of CFO do we have actually? And will I get a copy of the CFO when I purchase the land? In this video, I'm going to be explaining some deep secrets you need to note, especially when it comes to purchasing a land with a CFO in Nigeria that your realtor, the developer, or your agent will never tell you. Please, if you are yet to subscribe to my YouTube channel, try and become a member of this channel. Click on the notification bell and don't forget to click the subscribe button so that you can be the first person to always get notified whenever we post new video. Because on this channel, we try as much as possible to post educative content, real estate content that will help you to make a wise decision in every of your real estate investment. Please make sure you watch this video till the end and you will be glad you did. Don't go away. We will be right back. Good afternoon, investors all over the world. How are you doing? I hope you are doing great wherever you might be watching this video from. My name is John Mwabino and I'm a real estate consultant in Lagos, Nigeria. I am always out here to always guide you, always providing you with information that will help you to make a very wise decision when it's time for you to, make an investment back home here in Nigeria. We have dropped so many contents on our channel here that has been very useful to so many investors out there, and I will advise that you try, after watching this video, you try as much as possible to go through the rest of the video on our channel. It will help you a lot. So to start today, I'm going to be answering some questions that is actually bothering a lot of investors out there regarding a global CFO. But for me not to leave some people out entirely who might not actually understand what a CFO means in its right sense, I'm going to be, explaining what a CFO actually means. Though I have dropped contents on some of the documents you need to know in real estate investment before you can start thinking of investing in real estate. There are vital documents you need to know, which are excision, CFO, governor's consent, gazettes, and some of them survey, a deed of assignment. You need to have little knowledge about all these documents, and I have actually done a video regarding those documents some months back. What is a CFO? A CFO is actually a certificate that is being issued on a land. It is a certificate that gives you the ownership of the land. If government issues out the certificate for you to claim the ownership of that land for 99 years. For 99 years. So now, what is now a global CFO? A lot of realtors, a lot of agents have confused investors with so many terminology for a CFO. They call it a global CFO, they call it government approved CFO, they call it a general CFO. But the truth is, CFO is CFO. Whether global, whether general, whether government approved CFO or allocated CFO, they are all C of O. C of O is C of O. A global CFO is actually given on a large expanse of land. Let's say 200 plots, 100 acres, 200 acres. That is why they call it a global CFO, because it is that CFO that covers all those hectares or acres of land, and it's usually issued to a company who purchased from a family, large expanse of land from a family, and they now decided to perfect the title of that land or of that particular hectares of land in their name. So CFO can be in the name of an individual, CFO can come in the name of a community, CFO can come in the name of a company. Most times when you are buying from a company, the CFO will be in their name. So don't be confused with so many terminology that you get from your agents or your realtors, that the land has an allocated CFO. Whether allocated CFO or government approved CFO, CFO is CFO, and it can only be issued on a plot of land. It can only be issued.
Question, the first question. After purchasing the property, will a copy of the certificate of the global CFO be given to me? Will a copy of the global certificate of occupancy be given to me after purchase? The answer is no. Company cannot give you a copy of the global CFO because it is actually useless to you. Remember, the company already have their name on the global CFO because it's actually covering a large expanse of land being owned by the company. So giving it to you will make no sense at all. Naturally, you are supposed to get a document that will have your name on it. Since the global certificate of occupancy does not have your name, it is useless to you. So there's no point giving you a copy of the global CFO. Remember, a CFO cannot be issued to you. A CFO cannot be reissued to you because you can only have one CFO on a land. The large expanse of land in which you are purchasing from already has a global CFO. So it is of no use for you to have a copy of the global CFO because it has the company name, not your name.
Since it is a global CFO that covers the land, how do you then know that the plot the company has sold to you is actually covered by that same global CFO? This is where it becomes very tricky, and you need to be very, very careful in this aspect. How do you then know? The deed of assignment that you will be given, at the front page of the deed of assignment, a brief history of how the property was purchased or how the property was acquired will be stated. The current title on the land will be stated, and also there is what we call a C of O number will be stated. With this C of O number, you can run a search on it. This will enable you to know if truly the global C of O actually covers the land. Secondly, you have to visit the site where you are buying the property. In a case where you are not around to visit the site, you can implore someone to go to the site on your behalf, or you can ask the realtor or the agent to make a close video for you to see. What do you want to see in this aspect? You want to see if the estate is actually demarcated, where the estate starts and where it ends. I mean, in terms of fencing, you have to know this, because in the case of some companies can be very funny and tricky. They will have like 500 plots and tell you it has a global CFO, whereas it is only 200 plots out of that 500 plots that is covered with a global CFO. And since you are being told that it has a global CFO, you will not bother to make any search on it. They will use the global CFO that covers for just 200 plots to sell the whole 500 plots. In this situation, it is only the plots that has the coverage of the global CFO that will benefit from the CFO. So you have to be very, very careful in this aspect. Run a search. Be sure that the estate is actually demarcated. Use the CFO number that is stated on the deed of assignment to run a search on the land. Preferably, I prefer to take my surveyor to the site. We pick what we call a coordinate number. There is a number on the surface of the earth, And also in the estate where you are buying, there is a number called a coordinate number. You take your surveyor down to the site and pick this number. This is the number you will use to run a search on the land. With the coordinate number, you can never get it wrong. It will tell you if the land actually, has a global CFO or not. You have to be very, very careful in this aspect. So now that you have known all the secrets about a global CFO property, now do you know you can still get it wrong in acquiring a land with a global CFO after you have known all the secrets? A global CFO can be free from all known government acquisition. The CFO number can be valid. The land can be demarcated, and yet you can still get it wrong. So what else do you need to find out about a global CFO property before buying into it? Number one, you have to be sure that the CFO has not been revoked. A lot of investors have invested in a land with a CFO, with a global CFO, and they are all happy and excited, not knowing that that property they invested in, the CFO covering such a property has been revoked. What else do you need to find out about a land with a CFO or with a global CFO? You have to be sure that the land does not have family disputes on it. This is very, very important. If you acquire a land free from unknown government acquisition and also with a global CFO or a CFO, but there is a family dispute on it, there is a very high risk of losing the property. The last thing you need to find out about a land with a global CFO or with a CFO is you need to be sure that the land has not been mortgaged. A land can have a CFO, but the owners of the land has used it to obtain loan from the bank. How do you get this? How do you get the accurate information? You need to employ the services of your legal practitioner, and this time around, not just a legal practitioner, you need to employ the services of a property lawyer who is well knowledgeable in property law. This is the only way all this information can be revealed to you. Most times I used to tell people who are buying properties in ibeju, lekki and Epe to always go for property that has a CFO already. With this, you can easily get a governor's. I am sure you have been able to learn one or two things in this episode, and I'm sure in your next investment you'll be able to make a better decision in your investment. Please, if you are here to subscribe to this channel, make sure you click on the subscribe button and don't forget to click on the notification bell so that you can be the first person to get notified whenever we post new video. Don't forget to like, don't forget to share. Please, if you have anything that is bothering you regarding investing in real estate, or there is something you have not been able to clarify regarding investment back here in Nigeria, kindly leave it on our comment box so that I can treat it in my next episode. Keep watching Bino Real Estate Consult until I come your way again next time. Bye.